lip gloss and iPods. I'm gonna get what I want.
Hi, welcome back to my channel. I still do not know how to do a proper intro, but hi, welcome back if you aren't new. But if you are new, welcome to my channel. I make really silly commentary videos online, I guess, and other videos about fashion and stuff like that too. Yeah, I'm just a silly baby girl on the internet, and this is my baby girl co-host, who I still do not have a name for. So if you have any name suggestions, please leave them in the comments or whatever. Anyways, a quick disclaimer actually before I get into the bread and butter of this video. If you are somebody who has been affected by domestic violence, any sort of abuse or violence, if you are somebody who's been affected by that in any sort of way, and you do not feel comfortable with watching any videos that talk about domestic violence or abuse or anything like that, then I would probably suggest you click off of this video, because I will be speaking on domestic violence today, as we are going to be talking about Matt Rife and his comedy special that he did with Netflix, I believe it was. Yeah. And yeah, if I'm having to do a trigger warning and then talk about Matt Rife is a trigger warning in itself, but I digress. If you are somebody who has dealt with any sort of violence, abuse, or domestic violence of any kind, and you don't feel comfortable hearing somebody talk about that, then you are obviously completely free to click off of my video. And yeah, you can always just come back to my channel and watch another video where I'm not talking about any sort of sad topics like that. I will also be adding any timestamps, so this whole video is not going to be just about me talking about that, like domestic violence or abuse or anything like that. Thankfully, it's not just talking all about that the whole entire video. So I'll probably also just add timestamps if you are heavily interested in watching my video to hear my opinions. I will add timestamps, so if I do get to a point in my video where I am talking about it, I will have a timestamp up here on the screen, so you can skip that part of the video and not have to hear anything. So yeah, disclaimer over now. Matt Rife partnered with Netflix, and he actually did a comedy special.
It did not go well.
It did not go well at all. Hence why I am making this video, because if it did go well, I probably wouldn't be talking about Matt Rife, like, at all whatsoever. I actually kind of used to be a fan of Matt Rife, mainly because he's hot, but I wouldn't really say I'm a fan anymore. He's made me giggle a couple of times, made me laugh a couple of times too, but I would not say I am a fan of Matt Rife anymore. So yeah, and for anybody who is out of the loop, I will quickly fill you in now. But Matt Rife is a comedian who kind of was on like Wild 'N Out, like, you know, that's when he was kind of just starting out, but he since has gone on TikTok. He kind of blew up on TikTok. I think he has like 18 million followers or something like that now. I'm gonna put it up on the screen because I don't want to, I'm probably wrong, but he has garnered a lot of followers. Most of those followers are women too, by the way, mainly because this man is kind of fine. He's kind of hot. Like, he's kind of hot, and that's kind of one of the things that kind of helped him rise in his popularity, the fact that he is really pretty and he's like a funny comedian guy, kind of. Yeah, so a lot of girls like him, and he doesn't seem to like that. He doesn't seem to like the fact that a lot of women like to watch his comedy, and we will be talking about that. He has a crazy jawline, which we're also going to be talking about. So there's a lot of things we're going to be talking about today in this video. But yeah, he's a comedian. I wouldn't say he makes me laugh that much. I am not the biggest person whenever it comes to watching comedy, unless it's Curtis Connor's comedy special that he had, which I still haven't watched yet. I'm so sorry. I still have not watched Curtis Connor's comedy special yet, and I really want to, but I'm pretty sure you have to pay for it, so I have to wait till I have money so I can buy like a thing or whatever, so I can like actually watch it. But really quick, I just wanted to say
I literally love you so much, Curtis Connor, and I will be watching a comedy special, and you are my favorite person. I love you. You are my favorite comedian. Okay, you are my favorite comedian.
Anyways, aside from that little Curtis Connor rant, yeah, Matt Rife is a comedian, and he got a partnership with Netflix, and he did a special, and the first joke, timestamp really quick, because I'm literally talking about it right now, so I'm gonna put a little timestamp for, you know, the trigger warning. But his first joke, the first joke that he made, like, I want to be so clear about that, this was the first joke of his whole entire special. It was a domestic violence joke. I don't know what I can say about that, except for the fact that I think that is so wild that that's the joke that he led with for the start of his special. And then, of course, immediately after saying that joke and getting all the giggling and laughing out of his system, and after the crowd died down from laughing as well too, he said that he made the joke just to kind of test the crowd to see if they were a fun crowd, because obviously if he said the joke and people started booing him, it would probably, you know, it wouldn't be good. But he was just testing the waters just to see if it was a fun crowd. If you're wondering what is the joke that he made, obviously I'm not saying this word for word. I just want to make sure that's very clear. I'm just like quickly summing up the joke because I don't want to talk about it for too long. But basically, he was talking about how him and his friend, like, they were in Baltimore and they went to a restaurant, and the waiter or waitress, really, I should say, the waitress that was seating them had a black eye. And now, this is just me personally, coming from somebody who was I feel like I'm a pretty nice person, and I usually worry for others around me. If my waitress had a black eye, I know I shouldn't be nosy, but I'd probably ask them, "Are you okay?" I would probably ask that, and if they don't want to speak on it, then that is perfectly fine. If they do say something, then I'm obviously here to just be a good person and just help. That's it, basically. But they do notice that she has a black eye, and they don't really say anything to her. Obviously, they don't have to say anything to her. They don't have to, obviously, but they just don't say anything. They're just talking amongst themselves about it, and his friend brings up how he feels bad for her that she has a black eye and how she probably should have stayed in the kitchen, like stayed in the back, because her face is representing their company, because she's the first person you see when you walk into the restaurant. And then Matt Rife, the punchline for his joke was that she probably wouldn't have had that black eye if she was good in the kitchen. It's bad. It's really bad. It's really bad. Mind you, I just want to let everybody know that after he said the punchline, people were laughing. So, yeah. And I think that's so crazy too, to not only make a domestic violence joke, but then to make a misogynistic women should be in the kitchen joke on top of that. That's like a cute little sandwich. That's like a terrible joke sandwich. Like, the setup was bad, like the context was bad, and then the punchline, that's like an L on top of an L on top of an L. That's crazy. It's crazy. And then obviously after saying that joke, he then says how he was just testing the waters basically just to see if this crowd was a fun crowd. I really don't know how to feel about this joke. I would like to preface this as well. I know there's probably gonna be some people who might come at me and say,
Jada, like, it's dark humor, like, it's not that crazy.
Dark humor, I feel like, personally, is somebody, like, I will laugh at dark humor, but I will laugh at my own dark humor, because I feel like dark humor should kind of be you making jokes about trauma that's happened in your life. I know some people probably think that's weird, but people who have dealt with trauma make jokes about it. Like, I will sometimes make little silly jokes. Like, people make jokes about their own trauma. Like, it would make sense if Matt Rife was a victim or, you know, survivor of domestic abuse and he made a joke about it. It makes sense if he makes a joke about it. It makes sense if he's making a joke about it with himself, like, and it's about himself because he's dealt with it. But he's making a joke about a woman who, first of all, we don't even know if she's dealing with that. I just want to talk about that because I feel like, I don't know if we have, like, he was kind of alluding to the fact that he knows how she got that black eye, basically saying, like, she definitely is being abused, like, physically abused, which is crazy. But for all we know, she probably got that black eye in some other way. It doesn't always have to be a really bad reason as to how she got hurt or how anybody gets hurt, but he just immediately, like, goes to the fact that she definitely is being physically abused, which is crazy. But it's just like, I'm sorry, like, I kind of like lose train of thought sometimes whenever I think about it, because it's just like, you don't even know this woman. I don't even know, like, did he ever, like, talk to her at the end of, like, the night when they were done eating and say,
Hey, I'm gonna use you as a joke for my Netflix special?
Like, can we all talk about that? Can we all talk about the fact that he probably did not, like, tell her that he was gonna use her as a joke for his Netflix special? This poor girl probably was just doing her shift with her black eye, because obviously she just has to make the money, and he sees her and is like, you know what, you're gonna be the punchline of my next special. That's crazy. But yeah, after that whole entire joke obviously happened, obviously the internet has been kind of going crazy about it, like, understandably so. He just made a terrible joke and it was very, very insensitive. So obviously the internet has been kind of going really, really crazy about this, but some new stuff has been kind of, like, added to the fire, which I think is really, really crazy. This stuff is thankfully a little bit more lighthearted compared to how we started, so that's the only thankful part. I actually have my laptop over here and I am using it to kind of look at a couple of, like, different tabs that I have opened right now and different stuff like that. First thing I want to talk about is his jaw. Funnily enough, I know that seems so, like, off topic off of, like, just what we were talking about, but it relates. Everything is coming back, okay? Everything is gonna be coming back to one thing. So yeah, actually, I also really want to quickly, before we get into the jawline topic, we're gonna quickly talk about how he apologized, because I feel like probably one or two of you guys might be wondering, how did he apologize? Because he had to have apologized if the internet started going crazy after he made that joke. Well, he didn't. Not necessarily, not the way you think he would do it. He posted on his story saying, on his Instagram story, and he was like, if you were offended by my joke or any of my jokes I've ever made, here's a link to my formal apology. And once you click on that link then takes you to a website that sells special needs helmets. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know why this man thinks he's so funny, but quite literally the silence that I just had right now after telling you guys that is kind of the silence I feel like everybody else was having when they saw that website, when they pressed on the link. Everybody probably just went dead silent, because that's just not funny. Like, that's just not funny, right? Like, I'm not crazy, right? Like, that's just, like, not a funny joke. Like, you're just making fun of people with disabilities who literally have to probably wear stuff to protect themselves, because they could probably end up accidentally hurting themselves because their disability kind of holds them back from probably being able to do certain functions, so they probably need extra protection for their body. And you're just making a joke about that? Like, that's like not funny, haha. That's funny weird. That's funny weird. Yeah, that's funny weird. It's barely even funny. It's just weird. It's just weird. It's literally just weird. But aside from that, now going on to the jawline stuff, because we're talking about his jawline now. But a plastic surgeon, I don't really know if this person actually is a plastic surgeon. I think they probably are a plastic surgeon, like for real. But aside from this person's job or lack of job, this person probably is a plastic surgeon, because a lot of plastic surgeons have been making TikTok accounts. But anyways, this plastic surgeon guy got onto TikTok and decided to make a funny little joke TikTok, basically saying, me after creating the greatest jawline ever just for my patient to get canceled right after. Which is so funny. That is so crazy. And obviously he didn't say Matt Rife's name in his, like, anywhere. He didn't put it in the caption. He didn't put it in the text on the video. He did not put Matt Rife's name anywhere. Obviously, it is alluding to Matt Rife because it's supposed to be a funny joke, because it's supposed to be a funny joke that is alluding to Matt Rife, because obviously he's kind of the only person that we are all talking about right now on the internet, aside from other problems on the internet. He's kind of one of the only people with a crazy jawline that's getting canceled right now. But Matt Rife obviously just couldn't take the joke, which is so funny considering the fact that he's probably the same type of person who would probably tell somebody it's just a joke and come on, you can't take a joke. Meanwhile, he himself cannot take a joke.
My brother in Christ.
You literally look like handsome Squidward. Your jawline had to... Look, I'm not saying he got plastic surgery. I'm just saying that his jawline is like some sort of scientific miracle. That's all I'm gonna say. Cause like, I know obviously people are trying to use like old pictures of him to be like justifying that he got plastic surgery, but that's probably just because he was younger. That's probably why he didn't have such a defined jawline as he does have now. So it could just be a natural growth process, and he just happened to have gotten really, really lucky. And also because he was working out a lot too. And he probably was mewing like crazy. I don't even know what mewing is. Can somebody please explain to me what mewing is? Because we've all been talking about it on the internet, and I still don't know what it is. And anytime I see a comment of somebody asking what it is, nobody ever like replies with an actual explanation, and I want to be in the loop. I don't want to be left out. But anyways, yeah, so people are trying to use old pictures of him to justify that he got plastic surgery for his jawline to look better, which I'm kind of iffy about the picture comparing part. I just don't think that's really 100% true. But I can definitely say that his jawline is scarily perfect. Like, it is not of this world. His jawline is just not of this world. I'm sorry. Like, I see his jawline and I think about that one filter on TikTok that like makes you like really gorgeous. You guys know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that filter. But yeah, this surgeon just did a really, really funny joke, and his hashtags were also pretty funny too. I can't find the hashtag specifically, but his hashtags were kind of like #comedian, #canceled. Like, it was heavily alluding to the fact that it was Matt Rife that he was talking about, but obviously he's not gonna just say Matt Rife's name because it's a joke. It's supposed to be a joke. Matt Rife then commented under this. I also cannot find the picture of that, but when I do, I'm probably gonna put it up on the screen or whatever. But Matt Rife was basically in his comment was saying like, oh, and you know, like talking about like your patients is like illegal, right? I'm not saying he got plastic surgery to make his jawline look better, but if he did, he kind of just outed himself. Like, did he not just out himself? Like, if he did get it, like, did he not just out himself? Like, I'm not saying he got plastic surgery, but I am saying that if he actually did, he low-key kind of outed himself, which I think is really, really funny. And then obviously people are kind of like dunking on him right now, and they're like,
Oh, you can't take a joke, Matt Rife? You can't take a joke? Wow, maybe you shouldn't have made an insensitive joke if you can't take a joke.
which literally just makes sense. It just makes sense. If you can't take a joke, don't make a joke that you know is going to offend people. It's that simple. It's really that simple. Aside from all of that though, because that started and ended pretty quick. By the way, also wait, something I think I'm like looking at my screen like really hard right now because I can't see, because I should be wearing my glasses, but I'm not. But another thing too I think is really funny is if Matt Rife probably didn't really acknowledge this plastic surgeon's TikTok page, it probably would have just gone under the radar, because at the time that the surgeon posted this TikTok, he only got about over 200 likes, I think it started off with. But then Matt Rife noticed the TikTok and it has a lot of likes and views now. So I just think that's also really funny. Most recent news now though, because there's more. I feel like he's just digging a grave right now. He's just digging his own grave at this point, and I think it's really, really funny. Matt Rife is also having beef with a child, like a 6-year-old. He has beef with a 6-year-old right now. I just don't know what to say. I think it's all really, really funny. He's kind of taking L after L right now, and I don't know, it's bringing me joy. What can I say? I'm sadistic, I guess. It's bringing me joy. It's making me really happy because it's really funny. This is really, really funny. But there's this, it's like a 6-year-old kid. I think her name is Bunny Hadea. She's the mother of this 6-year-old child. I hope I said her last name right. I don't know if I did, but I hope I did. But she's the mother of this 6-year-old child, and she just took a silly video. I don't know if it was of him. I'm still trying to find the video. I can't find it, so I might have to just pull it up and just put it on the screen for y'all when I do find it. But basically the kid was just like just saying that Saturn is actually the planet that has rings, because Matt Rife was making jokes about astrology girls. I really need a burp. I really needed to burp for like a second, but now it's gone, so whatever. But Matt Rife was making jokes about astrology girls because for some reason he hates them. He hates astrology girls. He hates girls that just like astrology. I think he just hates women. I think Matt Rife should come out. Come out of your closet, King. Come out of your closet, King, because we will support you. Because we know you probably like boys. You hate women so much. I feel like you're really saying something right now. You really are. But anyways, he was making jokes about astrology girls, kind of like making like really mean jokes towards astrology girls, and he was talking about how about Jupiter having a ring, which Jupiter does. I mean, it does technically have a ring.
A lot of planets do have rings because it's literally just their gravitational pull pulls on all the rocks and ice and stuff like that in space. So a lot of planets have rings. It's not just Saturn, but Saturn is most iconically known for having a ring because of how much rocks and stuff like that it has in its gravitational pull, which then makes it a ring. Which, by the way, Saturn is actually my planet. Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, so the kid, like the 6-year-old kid, made a silly video or whatever, and he was like, actually, because he like the little kid, like he likes astrology, he likes space and stuff like that, and the kid was like, actually, Saturn is the one that has the ring, not Jupiter. Obviously he's a little kid, so he doesn't know that Jupiter could also kind of have a ring too, because their gravitational pull, you know what I mean, whatever. So yeah, and he was also, and then the little kid, after saying that, after absolutely dunking on him about space knowledge. After that, the 6-year-old is like, don't be mean to girls, which is that is so valid. Like, that is so valid. Bunny Hedaya, you are raising your child right. That little boy is so adorable and is so cute. How could anyone, more specifically, a man who is almost 30, have beef with a 6-year-old? You are 22 years older than this person. You are 22 years older than this other human being who probably just gained consciousness. This child is 6 years old. He probably just gained consciousness. I literally gained consciousness when I turned like 5. And I barely gained consciousness then either, okay? I just barely gained my consciousness at 5. This 6-year-old probably just recently became conscious, and you're already like getting at him for coming back at you because you are not that funny of a comedian. Okay, anyways, Matt's reply to this TikTok video of a child just being a child and making a little joke at him because apparently he just cannot take a joke. His reply was, Jupiter also has a ring, and then he says, oh, and Santa Claus isn't real, and your mom buys you presents with money she makes on only, yeah, good luck. And then a little silly, you know. I really hate that I made that face. I'm probably gonna cover my face with the actual emoji that he made because I just kind of humbled myself a little bit when I made that face, so yeah. But yeah, so Matt Rife commented that, and oh, I actually also really want to quickly bring up the fact that he spelled Santa Claus wrong. And I do know obviously people make typos, but just because it's Matt Rife, I'm gonna call him out on that. You said Santa Claus. It's Santa Claus. Get it right? Maybe you should spell check. That's just me personally, because if I'm fighting with somebody over the internet and like we're typing things out, trust and believe I am spell and grammar checking myself, because I will not have somebody call me out while we're fighting on the internet over my spelling or my grammar, because that is so humbling. That is so humbling. That is so embarrassing. Even if you're in the right, it is so embarrassing. It's just so embarrassing. So I always spell check. So I really heavily suggest that Matt Rife should also spell check before he posts stuff, because then he's gonna look a lot dumber than he already is for a almost 30-year-old man arguing with a literal 6-year-old. But yeah, so obviously after commenting that really mean comments under a video of a child, again, I'm gonna say a child who was just making a joke back at him, basically. Obviously, this child's mother, Bunny Hedaya, obviously made her own video clapping back at Matt Rife, and she kind of owned him. She kind of owned him, and I'm gonna put up her video. I don't think I'm gonna put up her full video. I might cut it a bit. I might cut it in certain parts, but I am gonna put up her video so you guys can see that. But yeah, he got absolutely owned as well by Miss Bunny herself. And I think the main thing that she also just wanted to quickly take away as well, I also personally wanted to quickly take this away from her video, and it's that anytime, like, I don't know, I just think it's so weird how, like, he immediately, like, Matt Rife was so weird with it, and he brought up how his mom was making money to buy his presents by doing you know, spicy stuff online or whatever. I think it's really crazy that he automatically assumed that, which she immediately, like, shot that stuff down. She shot it down. She was like, I do not do anything like that on the internet. I do not do that at all whatsoever on the internet. I do not show my body or anything like that on the internet. So I don't know why you automatically come for me and say that I do that to get money to give my child gifts. And it's just, that is kind of true. Like, it's kind of weird. Obviously, if you are somebody on the internet who does that, like, she also said this herself, if you're somebody who does that, get your money. You're doing what you need to do to make your money. That's, you know, yeah. But I just think it's really weird how Matt Rife immediately goes to that. And not only does he just immediately go to it, he says it as if, like, they should really, like, that she should be really ashamed of herself if she has to do that just to buy her son nice stuff. Which, again, she does not do that. But he wants to use that as some sort of, like, ha, gotcha, you know, like, take the L. But he literally can't. Like, you cannot take a joke, Matt Rife. You're the one over here who's literally, again, almost 30. Like, face shaped like Squidward, handsome Squidward. Which, personally, I think handsome Squidward is actually a lot hotter than you. I don't know why we're comparing this man to handsome Squidward, because handsome Squidward was actually kind of handsome. But, literally, like, face built like handsome Squidward. And you're fighting with a child. You make terrible jokes. And you're the one who's getting so offended that you feel the need to comfort a mother and say such a mean thing to her. And for some reason try to bring up her occupation and assume her occupation because she's a beautiful woman on the internet. Like I said, he is just taking L after L. I could just sit here and show all of the, like, evidence of everything that Matt Rife has been doing and just do this for, like, the whole video. I could just do this for the whole entire video. Like, that's literally all I have to do, because I feel like he's already taken such a big L. Like, he's going to be losing so much of his audience because he is so stupid and careless with how he is presenting himself on the internet. Does he not have a PR team? Does he not have a PR team? Because I feel like if he does, like, they have to be going insane right now. They have to literally be, like, having a stroke or something, because, like, they are so stressed because he is just digging himself into a deeper hole. I really don't understand it. But I feel like, yeah, that's everything that's been happening up to the most recent stuff. And I think the best way that I can close out this video is by saying Matt Rife is a almost 30-year-old comedian who can't take a joke at all, it seems like, because he is so quick to dish out a joke and come for people who have been hurt, abused, and if they're just a woman, he is so quick to make jokes about other people. But when people make a joke about him, it's suddenly a problem. It's suddenly he just suddenly can't take it. And it's like, I think you're the baby, Matt Rife. I think you're the one who can't take the joke. I think you are the child, not the 6-year-old that you are currently having beef with. That 6-year-old boy isn't the problem. You are. You are the problem. You are the child, just like him. Except that 6-year-old is surprisingly more mature than you and seems to have a kinder heart compared to yours. And he seems to understand that women deserve respect just like every other person on the planet. Unlike you, who doesn't understand that. And I really think you should take some time with all of the money that you have been making from your comedy, and I think you should take some time and just see yourself off of the internet, since you hate it so much. I mean, you did say you hate the internet, you don't like being on the internet, but you just kind of did it. So I feel like you should take some time off the internet with your money and go do something. Maybe reflect. Maybe take your time to actually make jokes and make full actual long setup jokes for a stand-up comedy sort of show, so you don't have to spend all of your show just doing crowd work, because I feel like that's all anyone sees of you online. It's just mainly your crowd work. and that's really sad. So yeah, that's how I want to end off this video. Very long video. I already know it's gonna be really, really long. I'm gonna try to see if I can get this video out tonight, so that means I'm gonna be doing a lot of editing, which is really great and really fun. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I hope this video made you laugh aside from any of the dark parts about it. I really hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I will probably update you guys if there's anything else going on with Matt Rife at all. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that really cool fun stuff to help me out, because I'm a small creator, so I really like the help. I think that'd be really amazing. Also, I love you, Curtis Connor. I just want to repeat that again. You are amazing, and you are a better comedian than this sad excuse of a comedian. So yeah, watch Curtis Connor special, watch all of his videos. He's an amazing creator. I don't know why I'm shouting him out as if he literally doesn't have a bunch of followers already. But yeah, I hope you guys like this video. I'm hungry. I'm gonna go get something to eat. So yeah.